In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate the beta of a stock using Microsoft Excel. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to need stock price data for the company for which you're trying to calculate the beta. So I looked up the historical stock price for the company Snapchat for every trading day from February 3rd, 2023 to February 2nd, 2024. And that's what you see in this column here. But you're also going to need to know the market return. So for the market, I'm going to use what the S&P 500 closed at for each of those same trading days, which you see in this column here. Now, we need to calculate the daily return for Snapchat and the daily return for the S&P 500. Okay, so all we do is we just take the percentage change of the price from one trading day to the next. So you can see the formulas that I've got there of how I calculate that. So we've got the daily return here for the S&P 500 and the daily return for Snapchat. But we're not done. So we're going to need to calculate the excess daily return for Snapchat and the S&P 500. And you might be thinking excess over what? Excess over the risk-free rate of return. Now, you're going to have to estimate the risk-free rate of return. You could use the rate of return for a short-term, so a treasury bill, a 30-year bond, whatever. I used the rate of return for a 30-year U.S. treasury bond as of February 2nd, 2024, and that was 4.224%. But I can't just put in 4.224% here for every day because we want the daily return, right? Because we've got daily stock returns for Snapchat, daily returns for the S&P 500. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type equals, and I'm going to take the risk-free rate of return that I'm using, okay? And then I'm going to anchor that with F4. I'm going to divide by 365 to get the daily risk-free rate of return. And then I'm just going to drag that down. So now to get the excess daily return for Snapchat, I'm just going to take the daily return for Snapchat and then subtract the risk-free rate of return, hit enter, and there we go. Now, similarly, for the S&P 500, I'm going to take the daily return and I'm going to subtract the risk-free rate of return to get the excess return. Now, I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to drag them down. So now we have the excess daily return of the S&P 500 and the excess daily return for Snapchat, so we can calculate the beta of Snapchat for this period of time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to estimate a regression to be able to calculate that beta. So what I'm going to do, so I'm in the data tab here, and your version of Microsoft Excel might look a little different, but I'm going to go to data analysis and I'm going to tell it that I want to estimate a regression. Now, for that regression, what I'm going to do is, so for my Y range, remember your Y range is your dependent variable, the thing that you're trying to explain. We are trying to understand with beta how the stock price of Snapchat is affected by changes in the overall market. So, that is going to be our left-hand side variable, our Y variable, our dependent variable, the excess daily return for Snapchat. Now, for our X variable, which is our right-hand side variable, our independent variable, it's going to be our market return. So we basically have a regression with a right-hand side variable is the market return, and we're trying to see as the market changes, how does Snapchat's price change? So I'm going to click OK. So now I've got some data here. This is the output of the regression. I'm going to bring this back. And I'm just going to dump it right here so you can see it. So you see this X variable 1, that's our right-hand side variable. And we've got the beta right here. The beta is the beta coefficient from that regression. So I'm just going to, so that 2.0641, so I'm just going to put in here for beta. I'll just round it to 2.06. So basically, based on data from this period of time right here, February 3rd, 2023 to February 2nd, 2024, based on that historical data, we see that there's a pretty high beta here for Snapchat. So if there's a 10% increase in the market, we'd expect a 20%, slightly more than 20% increase for Snapchat based on the historical data from this time period. Now, we'll do a second example with the company Rivian, and I'm going to go through this one a little bit faster because you already saw it. So, to get our risk-free rate, we take equals this, anchor it, divided by 365, then excess daily return equals daily return minus risk-free rate of return, and then S&P 500 daily return minus risk-free rate of return, and we can just drag all this down to get all our historical data. Now, we go to run a regression, data analysis, telative regression. Well, we've got our Y range is G, the column G, which is the excess daily return for Rivian. So that's our dependent variable, the stock return for Rivian. Our independent variable, right-hand side variable, is the X range right here, the S&P 500. So I'm going to click OK. Gives us our output. And you see right here that X variable, that coefficient, 2.431946. So we'll just say 2.43. So that is our beta for Rivian.